What's up, God Nation? My name is Graybeard Gamer, and before we get started, I just want to thank you guys for the support of my first video. It's really been amazing. We had a goal of 50 subscribers by the end of January, and we're 80% of the way there now, so I appreciate your support. And make sure if you enjoy this video that we're recording today, you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And without any further ado, I want to introduce you to Redneck. He is a pub star. He dominated the game in which I played with him. I've watched some clips of his. He's very talented. Um, and how you doing, Redneck?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad to be here. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm glad you're here. I want to pick your brain a little bit and see if we can get some tips to help myself and some of our average players that watch this channel out a little bit.
Sounds like a plan.
Let me get right to the first question. What's your weapon of choice?
Um, I'll bounce back between the VMP, CUDA, and Pharaoh. I'm mainly a SMG runner.
If you had to choose between the three of those, which one would you choose?
Lately it'd probably be the CUDA.
Why do you prefer that, do you think?
Um, it feels like it does quite a bit of damage, and with the right attachments, he's like absolutely no recoil. So it's pretty much like using a miniature AR.
Sure. And speaking of attachments, what attachments do you run on them?
Um, on my on this gameplay, the VMP I'm running stock, grip, and quick draw, which I'll run the same thing on the CUDA.
Now, when you run quick draw, do you also run it with fast hands?
Yes, I run fast hands, flat jacket, blast suppressor, and tac mask.
Yeah, I noticed that you don't have a reflex sight on there or a red dot. Do you always play that way?
Yeah, when it comes to SMGs and most of the guns, I prefer the iron sights. Feels like I got a better reaction time with them. But like certain ARs, I'll run like a ELO, but pretty much it's 100% of the time iron sights.
Gotcha. So you said you feel like you have quicker reaction time. I wonder if there's anything to that. Is it just a confidence thing, or do you really believe that?
Um, it could be a confidence thing, or like, well, iron sights, you ain't got a whole sight like clouding up more of your screen, so it's a lot easier to see.
Sure. Oh, okay. Oh, well, let me ask you this. What's one thing that you have on every class setup that you have in your game? What's the thing that you can't do without? It can be a perk, it can be a lethal, whatever.
Um, Fast hands, because I rush a lot and I need to get that faster ADS, aim down sights.
Hmm. Yeah, I noticed that you do rush out quite a bit, and I know we didn't touch on it, but you're in a clan. What's the name of the clan that you're in?
The defectors.
And what's your role with your team?
I am the Slayer.
Oh, nice. Okay. Um, well, let me ask you this: what's the most kills that you've had in a match?
In this Call of Duty,
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure that it was 80 something.
Wow. What map was that on? Was that on Nuketown or?
I think it was on Combine.
Wow. Well, see, that's where I met you. It's Combine, and you had 72 kills. So you must really enjoy that map.
Oh yeah, I played it a lot on the beta, so I learned the spawns a lot.
Mhm.
So it makes it a lot easier to spawn trap and get a bunch of kills.
Now, is that your favorite map for just slaying?
Um, Pretty much I can, not really. I can do it on pretty much any map. It just I got a certain pattern for each map I'll run. So it's just like spawn traps and so forth on each map. You just got to get used to everything a certain way.
How long did it take you to learn the spawns?
Um, Probably like a day or two.
Okay. Do you have a preferred game type?
Um,
Domination?
yeah, mainly domination, but I like hardpoint and search and destroy.
Now, were you playing domination when you got your 80 plus kills?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive on Combine because that's kind of hard to do. Um, so let me ask you this: when we played against each other, you went 72 and 16. How do you stay alive to go on these long kill streaks? Because you weren't taking a lot of damage.
Um, well, pretty much when I'm playing, especially when I'm playing with a team, I'll get in a mindset that I'm up here protecting them, letting them to get the objective so that we can go for the win. And I get in that mindset that if I go down, they're going to get pushed and maybe overran, and it could cost the game. So I go in that if I can stay alive long enough and keep them up so we can get the objective and push for the W, it puts me in a better mood, role playing, and so forth.
Gotcha. Now, do you run tack mask and blast shield on all your, or flak jacket on all your classes?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because I've noticed when I rush, people throw a lot of stuns, um, especially if you're spawn trapping. Let me ask you this: do you have any tips for any COD players out there that want to get better, that want to improve their game?
Yeah. Pretty much it boils down to practice, practice, practice. Because like a lot of people use scuff controllers, top end headsets. They're nice and they do help, but if it don't come down to the practice, you honestly won't get no better.
Gotcha. Okay, and we didn't really touch on any equipment. I know we've talked about it before, but you don't use any kind of specialty equipment. You don't use a modded controller. You don't use control freaks, and you just have a very basic headset. How much do you depend on your headset for the footsteps without
Um,
using awareness?
Quite a bit, but usually I mainly rely on my eyes, but they do help most of the time when I'm listening. But mainly I just rely on my eyesight.
Gotcha. If you were coaching a player, any player, what would be the first thing that you would work on with them?
Reaction time.
Do you have practice where you do that? Do you go into a practice lobby, or um, is that just something that you worked at playing games repetitively?
Uh, Pretty much both. Like playing Call of Duty over the years, just constantly improved on it, and playing other shooters helps a lot. Plus, like my clan, we're just a bunch of friends all together, and every once in a while, we'll jump in the game, and it's all of us on this small map. And if you don't react fast, you're going to get jumped and overwhelmed.
Sure. So what's your win loss ratio with your clan? Can you tell me that?
It's around a two or more.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Well, I don't really have a whole lot more for you, Redneck, but I do want to say thank you for dropping by today and giving us some tips that we can work on. Anything else you want to leave us with?
Appreciate you having me. If you haven't already, drop this guy a subscribe.
I,
Pretty cool cat.
I appreciate that, Redneck, and we'll see you on Xbox.